Hello, I again am Tom Riley, the author of our climate crisis books. Earlier, we said that novels will not really reach our young people and that an open TV series is likely to do much better. Easier said than done. What can an author do to promote a TV series? What the author must do is to present his idea to young and hungry TV producers who are out searching for a new product. Ideally, you would know somebody who knew somebody in the industry who could hook you up. This limits the industry to ideas of insiders and recently has produced a lot of bad box office. If you are not connected, you can purchase 10-minute slots with such a producer and rattle off your idea in about 6 minutes over the phone. To be successful, you must talk in the terms they use in the industry. With an out-of-mainstream idea like our climate crisis, this is the only option currently open to us. The process is slow, expensive, and very, very frustrating. A project you have been working on for years now comes down to 6 minutes on the phone. Here's our current director's pitch. Ring. Hello, shall I jump right in? I am Tom Riley and my new book is Climate of Revenge. The genre is science fiction, mystery, climate crisis. The format is open TV series. In a nutshell, Samantha Spade gets a wisecracking AI sidekick and takes on our climate crisis. A little longer logline. Sarah and Janet M., a human-AI pair, do investigations in a future where our climate crisis has hit and hit hard. Then a man with a long, dark history tries to hire them, but is killed. Pre-pitch comparison. Envision the Maltese Falcon merged with a David Attenborough Save the Earth documentary. Only it is Samantha Spade, not Sam, paired with a Weisenheimer AI sidekick, not with a pretty lying killer. In overview, our climate crisis is now about as real as a heart attack, or as real as a blizzard in LA. Even though things are looking dire, our young people need to see the possibility of themselves thriving even against steep odds. This is an immense unsatisfied market. The characters. Sarah, with an H, is an Afro-American woman of about 26. Years before, she got a personal assistant artificial intelligence. Then rising seas drove her family out of their beloved beach home. Janet M. is a strong AI character, but she is not a robot. She does not have a physical body, but only appears as Sarah's older sister on any of Sarah's screens. Sarah and Janet M. bicker continuously. The killer, Hofstede, and the victim, Weinstead, are men of similar age, but both men are much changed by our crisis. The victim, Weinstead, is a man who morphed from chief denier for the hydrocarbon industry to a congressional stooge. The killer, Hofstede, is a man who followed Weinstead's lead when he was chief denier, but was then devastated by the storms of our crisis, losing everything and blaming Weinstead. Rodriguez is a police sergeant who puts up with our pair, but just. Clayton is the love interest of Sarah. Of course, there's a romance. The environment is a character in our stories. It is a working vision of the future that our young people can reasonably expect and can deal with. It defines the series. Story in summary. The main characters, Sarah and Janet M., are a human artificial intelligence team. The AI has most of the smarts, but the human keeps it real. They do investigations in a world where our climate crisis has hit and hit hard. It is not their fault, but it is their life. A man with a very shady background tries to hire them, but his lying words do not ring true to Sarah. He is later murdered. He suspected he was being hunted and has left money to find his killer. The hunt is on. Through this hunt, the story visits dozens of people in action to address the real problems of our climate crisis. The viewer sees real dangers that must be faced and the many actions they might actually take. There are elements tying the story together and elements that are just plain adventures, just what you need for a TV series. Tying elements. AIs often provide critical help, but people are uneasy with them. Some internet trolls even kill off any AIs they can find, unguarded. Community gardening ties the chapters together. Here, it is not about pretty flowers, it is about food security. High technology is a key element. This series is not about going back to pioneer days. There are lots of real gadgets like flying electric pods. Our story is about using every tool available to address the real problems. Then there are adventures. Major scenes are set in a mountain tree planting operation called Trees North. Several of the adventures take place on a sailboat. It is part of the Iron Seas fleet that uses rebuilt pleasure yachts to support major operations to save the oceans. Sea level rise problems in developing nations are covered in an adventure to a village on a river's edge in India. A storm sends several villagers on a wild ride. The forest fire devours some of the key landmarks for the story, but supplies a vital clue to the mystery. The purpose of our project. Young people are looking for their futures, and they are great consumers of TV series. We have an enormous audience waiting. The latest UN IPCC report even supports the use of artistic productions to address climate crisis problems and rates such efforts with high confidence. We will tell our young people stories of strong and believable characters with whom they can identify. Stories with real heroes in action. Any questions?